You're listening to the Miami Guides podcast.
I'm a very Miami person. I love every part of Miami. It just depends on like kind of what I'm trying to do or what mood I'm in. Because Wynwood is great if you're like trying to like either like hang out or go out or have a drink. It's really has a really nice bar scene.
Yeah.
Really like cool and urban. But yeah, I love all of Miami.
Hey Miami, what's up? This is Mike and welcome to the Miami Guides podcast. Happy to be in your ears and welcome to the show. We're here to chat with inspiring entrepreneurs, innovators and hustlers who are doing big things right here in Miami. Real stories from people living the Miami lifestyle about topics near and dear to those living here, those visiting here, or who are just curious about what it's like to live in the magic city. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. In today's show, we are at the glamorous Eden Rock Hotel in Miami Beach, meeting up with a great guest I'm thrilled and excited to share with you. Her name is Jessica Martin. She is a well-known Miami-based model and absolutely killing it on Instagram right now. I was thrilled to catch up with her at the Eden Rock lobby in the famous Morris Lapidus designed lounge. Well, I'm happy to have Jessica on the show because she grew up right here in Miami and really considers herself as a Miami person. She is here to share her story on how she became a model. What I loved about what we talked about is how she got started her career in modeling and has now built a large online following and has become an Instagram influencer. She has over 90,000 fans on Instagram with her account, The Jessica Experience. Besides modeling, she's creating amazing content from fashion, beauty and even travel. We talked with Jess about life in Miami and about how different model life is in Miami compared to other cities. Well, and also some of the main challenges in the modeling industry. Jessica is looking amazing, but these days you cannot just get by your good looks. Jessica is sharing some great advice for those who want to start modeling and how important it is to stand up for yourself. She also shared the strategies she is using to build a large online following and becoming an influencer and expanding her brand, The Jessica Experience. We talked about her goals and future plans and how she plans to continue build her brand and just ride the wave. Well, Jessica is a real superstar, building her brand and sharing great value. So we got all of that coming right up. So let me introduce to you guys our special guest, the Jessica Experience, Jessica Martin. Jessica, well, first of all, thank you for being here.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk a little bit about Miami.
Yeah, so we are here at the Eden Rock Hotel. Your favorite hotel, right?
So I do love the Eden Rock. It's really nice, and this membership program is really cool because you get valet parking.
Right.
Which, if you live in Miami, that's like huge because parking can oftentimes be really difficult around here. So we got the valet parking. We get access to the spa, which is really nice. Like they have like a sauna, a steam room, cold dip, whatever it is.
Right.
And then also access to the pool and beach chairs.
Okay.
And then discounts on other things, but those are like my favorite things. So I usually come here. Sometimes I'll do like a fitness class, shower off in the spa, get to the beach, different things.
Sounds very nice.
Yeah, it is.
So, but yeah, we are not here to talk about the hotel. We're here to talk about you. So, first of all, how did you get started in modeling, and how did you become so popular, especially on Instagram? You have almost as many followers as the Miami Guides.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I I always grew up, like, you know, people telling me, oh, you should get into modeling, you know, you're so skinny, you're so tall.
Right.
And I really didn't have the self-confidence to, like, believe that.
Okay.
But my first shoot ever was in North Carolina, because I lived there for a little bit. My dad's in the military.
Yeah.
And this local boutique reached out to me in high school, and they were like, hey, we'd love it if you like came in and take some photos.
Right.
And in exchange, we'll give you some of our clothes. And I was like stoked. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I'm so down. Like, let's go do it. And the photos, it was on an iPhone. So it wasn't anything crazy at all. It wasn't like a professional shoot whatsoever, very casual. But I actually really liked how the photos came out. And I was like, okay, I'm not bad at this. Like, this is something that I can do.
Right.
So, and then I didn't do a shoot for like quite some time, and then I moved back down to Miami when my dad retired from the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And I was contacted again by another, it's actually a much larger like e-commerce boutique online.
Okay.
And they were like in Miami and they wanted to shoot. Someone tagged me in one of their posts and was like, you should shoot with her. And we shot. And I loved those photos as well. And then I kind of just, I got a lot of followers from that because they had a very strong online following. Okay. And then that's when I kind of was like, all right, I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously. Like, this is something that I can do. So it kind of just, after I decided and like pinpointed exactly what I wanted to do with it, I kind of just took off running. Like I was setting up photo shoots, like, and this was back, I lived at home at this time. When my family lives like in southern Florida, like almost like near the Keys.
Oh, wow.
But I was setting up like 2 shoots a day, like driving to South Beach every day, while also in school.
Okay.
And just setting up as many shoots as I could, reaching out to tons of photographers, just really just hustling and trying to build my portfolio and then eventually get signed.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you were like a natural born talent.
I mean, it took developing a little bit of self-confidence, definitely. I wouldn't say that it was like a natural born talent.
Right.
It's something that I've definitely like crafted over the years, and you know, it's a lot about like when I first started, I had to like learn my angles. I had to learn what times of day that I like to shoot at. You know, I had to learn you know, a little bit about lighting and cameras themselves, so that I could, you know, work in a better flow with the photographer, or I could, you know, maybe start creatively directing the shoot, saying, hey, maybe let's try this or let's do that, while also not stepping on anyone's toes. Okay. So it's something that you learn over time. Yeah. I mean, some people are naturally comfortable in front of the camera. Exactly. But I mean, in my personal opinion, to become a very talented model, it takes a lot of practice. Yeah, I can imagine. It takes a lot of practice, you know, learning. That's really all it takes.
Doing a lot of shoots and a lot of different locations. Well, there are beautiful locations here to shoot at.
Yeah, I mean, there's beautiful beaches. Yeah. There's Wynwood. There's the newer Miami Design District. Right. And if you get creative, you can really find any spots. I mean, even recently, the other day, I shot at this place that I haven't really seen a lot of people shooting at, and I haven't shot at myself. And so it's just really interesting because, you know, a lot of people go to like their favorite spots, which are, you know, Key Biscayne or South Point Park. Right. And those locations are great, but, you know, they can get redundant a little bit. So you kind of want to explore new territories, even if it is just Miami. So we were able to find some like cool spots just by driving around and, you know, planning our outfits out towards that.
And so to capture the people's attention, I guess, to come out with something totally new. So
that's not super like overdone, you know. Yeah.
So, and what areas do you like best in Miami? Is that Wynwood or South Beach?
I mean, for shooting or in general?
In general.
I really enjoy the beach. The beach is obviously like my favorite. Right. And if I'm not like working or not having to do something else, then I'm definitely at the beach. I really enjoy the Miami Design District. Oh yeah. I think that's like a really nice area, very clean.
And they're also expanding it. Every now and then they keep building new stores and new restaurants are coming out.
And there's a lot of events going on there and stuff, so that's always fun. I love Wynwood. I mean, I'm a very Miami person.
Yeah.
Like I love every part of Miami. It just depends on like kind of what I'm trying to do or what mood I'm in. Because Wynwood is great if you're like trying to like either like hang out or go out or have a drink. It's really, it has a really nice bar scene.
Yeah.
Really like cool and urban. But yeah, I love all of Miami.
Yeah. So yeah, you grew up in Miami and yeah, you're really part of Miami and you know all the good places.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable here.
Yeah.
I love traveling. That's what I do almost like once a month. I'm going to like a new city or a new country, and I enjoy that a lot. But I really enjoy being home.
Miami is home for you.
Yeah, I love being in my apartment. I love having my dog. I love having my car.
Oh, you have a dog?
Yeah, I have a dog.
What kind of dog?
He's a rescue, so he's like a little mutt.
Oh, nice.
But it's very home for me, and I know exactly where everything is.
Right.
I know it's like I can come here and do work, and I can go work out at my gym, and I have a very good like routine.
Keep in shape.
Yes, of course.
So how is model life in Miami? Because whenever I'm in Miami and I walk on the beach or on the streets, it's like everybody is a model here. There are so many beautiful people. It's a lot of competition, or how is it to be a model here?
I wouldn't even say that there's a lot of competition because I feel like everyone has a different look.
Right.
And if you're going to get booked, then you're going to get booked because that person likes your look. I wouldn't really like say I'm competing with anyone besides myself.
Okay.
But the modeling scene in general, there's a lot of good people here. There's a lot of good models. Everyone's pretty down to earth. Like I know a lot of people kind of have that connotation with models that they're like not so nice, or they can be bitchy or whatever it may be. But so far the models that I've met, they're pretty down to earth. And Miami is a little bit slower for modeling.
Is it? Right.
In comparison to Los Angeles or New
York.
So I feel like
more
the people
tough there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like the people here really enjoy the lifestyle.
Is it more like local here? Not that much international, because if you go to New York, I think there are lots of international models. Is that?
Oh, so you mean the models themselves?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that they're local. But they're not international.
Oh, right.
They're just kind of like either from the Midwest or they're from like the East Coast, and they come down here because it's like the closest thing. The closest like big agency. So a lot of models come down here for their start and either like then go to LA or maybe then go to New York.
Right.
It just depends on their look and what they like.
Okay. So what is so unique about your look that they like?
I wouldn't even. I don't know. I don't want to speak down about myself. I don't think there's anything particularly unique about my look. Right. I think it's the fact that I'm good at what I do and I'm a hard worker.
Right.
I think I truly think that in the modeling industry, you can't just get by on good looks. Like, you have to have a decent personality. You have to, and that's how I've been able to continue working all these years. I've actually freelanced most of my modeling career, so I was getting jobs myself.
All right.
And just getting them through word of mouth, friends referring me or working for a client, and then they rebook me. And that's not all based on my look, because if I was a shitty person and had good looks, I wouldn't get rebooked because it's more than that,
It's also personality.
Yeah, it's personality.
The way you talk and.
Yeah, exactly.
To sell yourself, basically, you know how to promote yourself, and especially also social media these days.
Yeah.
How important is it to have a lot of followers for a model on social media? Is it important, or does it matter?
It honestly, it depends. It depends on the models. There's plenty of models that I know that don't have strong social media followings that are booking stuff left and right. But there are models that I know that do have a lot of followers and are booking huge campaigns. So it really, the social media integrated into the modeling world it has many ups and downs.
Right.
I mean, it would never hurt a model to have a lot of followers, I believe. But once you do create a social online presence, that's what people know you for a little bit more rather than your actual modeling talent.
Right. Okay.
Because, I mean, personally for me, like, I, grew an online following through posting my modeling photos, and then I kind of adapted that into becoming an influencer. Because I realized, I was like, okay, people are getting sent products for free. I was like, I want to get free stuff.
Yeah.
And so...
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. So I started reaching out to these brands and saying, hey, I'll take photos in your clothing if you send it to me for free.
Okay.
And then kind of just from that, I was able to build my content, and I started like investing into a camera. So now I shoot all of my stuff on a Sony.
Okay.
And so it's not just like iPhone content anymore. This is elevated into like something that I do like
But you do it all yourself?
Yeah, so like actually even after this I have like a girlfriend who's also an influencer and blogger and model. She's meeting me here, and then we're going to take some, that's why I have this duffel bag full of clothes. We're going to be taking some photos. And so it's like an exchange.
Right.
And so I have a few different girlfriends here that we do that. Like we've kind of learned each other's angles, and we know like we have very similar vibes, so we always take our photos together, and that's pretty much what I do full time.
Yeah.
Instagram
That's another job.
Yeah. It's 110% a job.
Yeah.
I make more money off of Instagram than I do modeling.
Are you serious? Wow.
Oh yeah. Like modeling is like, I would say influencing is like my number one thing right now, because one, it's truly a passion of mine. I've always really been into photography and content creation. And so I love taking the photos. I love editing the photos.
Yeah.
I love just creating like really beautiful content. And I enjoy giving it to a brand and showing them my work and saying, hey, this is what I did. I edited this. I shot this. So, and modeling is kind of just secondary because modeling isn't as consistent.
Yeah, it's also really easy to combine the two. Modeling and
so
because
easy.
Basically you're shooting and
I feel like that's definitely helped me like in social media, because now I'm not just like an influencer. I'm not just someone who like picked up a camera and was like, oh, I want to take photos. Like I'm experienced in knowing about brands. I'm experienced about like understanding the direction that a brand wants to like present, I suppose. So it's just like another layer of the entire dynamic of modeling and content creation
and building your brands, because basically your personal brands to get your name out, and I think your photos are really fantastic.
Thank
really
you.
Nice quality, and
thank you. I try very hard.
Really getting a lot of likes as well. Do you have any strategies that people can use to what you recommend to do? I also saw you that you did some giveaways and contests.
Absolutely. I'll go into that a little bit. So the first thing that I would recommend is connecting with the audience that you already have.
Right.
Instead of like trying to gain new followers, start investing back into the followers that you do have, because they followed you for a reason.
Yeah,
exactly. Like because they saw value in your page, or so. Instead of just like, and you've gotten to the level that you're at already for a reason. So definitely just like invest in like communicating with those followers.
Right.
Do little polls and question asks on your stories.
Try to get people engaged.
Yes, exactly. Like ask questions in your captions.
Right.
Now don't do this too much, because then you can come off like, all right, we're not going to answer every question that you have. Like, ask me where you're from, or,
Exactly.
So, ask engaging questions. Truly care about the audience that you have. And this is even something that I can do a little bit better with. And other than that, like, as far as, like, gaining followers, after you feel like you've catered to the following that you already have, I would say, one, giveaways are a great way, definitely. But make sure that they're very, like, I guess, it's on brand for you. So like, for instance, my page is like a travel and lifestyle beauty page. So I did a giveaway with a suitcase company. Okay. So that attracted, one, a lot of new followers that are interested in travel, and two, it engaged my audience that does enjoy like my travel content, which is why a lot of people follow me.
Right.
So Other than that, I would also say, like, incentivizing your followers, like saying, hey, comment on my last post and I'll like some of your photos, or I'll follow some of you.
Okay.
Liking their posts, like I oftentimes, like if someone like comments on my page, I'll always check out their account and like some of their posts.
Right.
And in order to gain like new audiences, I suggest definitely using hashtags, geotagging your locations. Thank you so much. Geotagging your locations, as well as liking posts from new followers. Like I actually even follow a hashtag. I follow a couple hashtags because you can now follow hashtags, which I only learned about recently. So I followed hashtag Miami Blogger.
Right.
I followed hashtag She Is Not Lost, which is like a travel hashtag.
Okay. So you're really branding the hashtags.
Yeah. So I just like that hashtag. Like anyone who hashtags that on their post, it'll come up on my feed. Like the good ones. The high performing ones. And so that way I can like people's posts that are hashtagging Miami Blogger. I can connect with new people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely recommend hashtags, liking people's photos, commenting on people's photos.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. But it also, you can just take some time out of your day and like take an hour out of your day and really dedicate that to, you know, reaching new audiences, or take an hour out of your day and DM new people. Like there's no shame in like, I personally, like, if I go through, like, the Miami Blogger hashtag, I'll DM them and say, hey, I love your work, or, like, hey, this is great, or, you know? Just little things like that.
What would be, what is the ever best advice that you ever received as being a model? Or is it all by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, there's definitely people that I've learned from.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that I've received a particular, like, piece of advice, because I mean, who's gonna? It's not like I'm like chatting with Adriana Lima and she's like, "Hey, giving me this advice." So,
do you know Adriana?
No, I don't know her.
Okay,
I wish I did. She's a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, no, I have a friend. He's a makeup artist, and he does Adriana.
Oh no, I was just using her as an example.
Okay.
But I would say, I mean, like, if I could give a piece of advice, in this industry, I'd give a lot, but I would say the first thing would probably be maybe like stand up for yourself. And
you have to, I guess.
Yeah,
you have to be very strong in your shoes, because.
So and that can go like a few different ways. It can be like standing up for yourself, for agencies, because sometimes agencies can ask you to change things about yourself. And you don't have to conform to what anyone else thinks. Like I've had different agencies and different agents tell me a few different things, so, you know, what to change and what to do, and I'm like, no, I like myself the way I am, and if someone's going to book me, they're going to book me this way. I don't need to, I'm already, you know, skinny. I don't need to lose a few inches off my waist.
No.
Like, I'm healthy, I feel good about myself. I don't need to change that. And it could also be standing up for yourself with maybe with like your rates or what you're charging.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, this is unpaid, but it's, you know, it's great exposure, or you know, we'll repost you onto our page, or we'll give you free product, and it's like, you should know your worth enough to know that, one, it's likely that they have the budget to pay you, and they just don't feel like it's worth it for them.
Right.
And so it's not, if that's the case, it's not worth your time. So stand up for yourself, definitely knowing your worth, standing up for yourself, you know, with photographers and brands. Like, if you're not comfortable doing something, then you have to have that courage to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. Or even just getting up and leaving.
Right.
I mean, I've absolutely left a shoot because I did not feel comfortable. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, and I've shot with hundreds and hundreds of people at this point. And very like early on in my career, when I didn't have as many followers and I was just shooting with anyone that would shoot me, I definitely did a few things that like made me uncomfortable, and nothing crazy at all, but like different poses, like maybe like they wanted too much of like a back shot and I didn't want to show off my butt, like just little things like that, and like you have to be like, no, I don't like that, or I'm not feeling that, or that's not really what I'm trying to do here. So, and there's a lot of models who I know who have done a shoot and then looked back on it and been like, I really wish that I hadn't done that. Or I really wish I would have told him that I wasn't comfortable with that, because that's also your brand.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
That's your image, and you have to stand up for that.
Right. Yeah, you have to be consistent, and people have to accept you, who you are, and how you are.
And they have to be respectful of you and your boundaries, you know? Like, you shouldn't be pressured into doing anything that you don't want to do. And if someone is doing that, then that's not someone that you want to work with, ever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've been, you spent so much time building your brand, and it takes so much time, and it can be destroyed in like seconds. I mean,
and I wouldn't even say necessarily destroyed, because there's a couple shoots that I've done that I'm like, damn, I hope no one sees that, because it's just not up to par with what I want to put out there. But if it were to get out, or it's not like I'm hiding it, like it's out there somewhere. But if someone were to find it, it wouldn't ruin my image, because you know, and a lot of people think that like, oh, you do one bad thing and it's gonna tear down your career. But I've worked years building my image and building the portfolio that I have, and that's not gonna, like, all of that hard work will not be destroyed by one shoot that I couldn't like, I didn't have any control over, saying, oh, this doesn't look as good, you know. So just being cautious of who you're working with, and making sure that you're comfortable with everything that's happening.
So what do you do when you're not working? What do you do in Miami to have fun? Or do you ever not work?
Well, one, I always try to find a way to be working, whether maybe it's not even towards my career, but maybe it's on my body, or maybe it's, taking care of my skin, like going and getting a facial, which, sounds like it's not work, but realistically, it's taking time out of my day to go somewhere, probably do an uncomfortable procedure for my skin, just to make sure that, I'm staying like good. I'm looking okay. I'm feeling okay. So whether or not I'm like trying to like find somewhere else to like if I do have downtime, I'll be spending that time like, one, trying to like reach new audiences, because like my work is like shooting and content creation and like editing the photos. But if I'm not doing that, then I'm trying to reach new audiences. I'm trying to engage with my audience. And if not, I'm working out. I'm networking. I'm like going to, like, I went to a fitness event last night because I was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was just like trying to meet people and, show out and show face and...
Exactly.
Just do different things like that. So, but if I'm like trying to like go out, I guess, and have a good time, which is like very rare these days, just because I don't feel like going out and drinking is really like pushing me towards my goals. I'll go out and like the other night I went rock climbing with a few friends, and then afterwards we went to this little taco spot, and they had like, so we had a few drinks there, and like that was really fun. But I like finding like new different areas, and like on the beach, like there's this new bar that popped up called Limonada, and that's really cute. Have you been there yet?
Where is that?
That's on...
It's in South Beach, or?
It's on Collins and like 7th. So yeah, it's like in South. You know where it's in the Clinton Hotel, I think, or something like that.
Okay. Oh well, I have to check it out. So.
Yeah, a friend of mine owns that, so like I'll go there.
Oh really?
Yes, because a lot of people will like that. I know like I can go there alone, and I know that I'm going to run into friends.
Right.
So like that's nice. Like having like places like that you can just go to if you want to socialize and have a drink. So I have a couple go-to places, but really been staying in a lot and waking up early and trying not to poison my body.
Yeah, no, that's important.
Yeah, definitely.
So, really exciting life and traveling a lot. What are your future plans? What do you have planned for the future? So you're building now your whole personal brand. You have basically a whole platform that you can do. You can do products. You can maybe have your own clothing brand, or
something
do you
like
have any goals for the future that you already have planned, or?
I have a couple, yes, I definitely have goals that I want to reach.
Right.
And I definitely know that I want to be making like a certain amount of money, and I definitely want to reach a certain level one day. As far as exactly how I'm going to get there. Not quite. Like I know, but the thing is, like I know I'm going to be like I know it's going to come.
Right.
Like I know the opportunity will come when I'm ready for that opportunity to come. I'll probably end up starting a brand or something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure if it'll be my own brand or if it'll be like in collaboration with someone else, like a few investors. But I just kind of plan on riding the wave.
Yeah, that's well,
like something is going to come. Yeah, I guess I'm not necessarily worried about like what I'm going to be doing because I know it's going to come.
Right.
Like I know I'm going to make it one day. I know I'm going to be like fine. I think it's just remaining open to different opportunities and just hustling at what I'm doing right now. And I feel like that'll carry me into the next chapter of my life.
Well, you're already doing an amazing job. And
thank you.
Yeah, you already built up your personal brand so much, so many followers, over 80,000, almost 90,000 now almost.
Almost 90,000. It's gone a little bit slower than I wanted it to. Like I wanted to hit like 100K like a couple of years ago, but Instagram is unpredictable. So
that's the goal for the moment, 100K.
It's not even. I mean, it would be nice to hit, but it's not like I'm not like I need to hit 100,000 and I'll do whatever it takes. It's like I know it's gonna come, so it'll come when it gets here. But But I'm really worried less now about the amount of followers and more about the content that I'm producing. But there was definitely a time where I was like, I need more followers. So I've kind of just shifted from that into providing value to the followers that I do have.
All right. Well, okay. Well, it was really nice talking to you.
Yeah, and you as well.
Thank you so much for sharing all these great tips and sharing your story about yourself. And I really look forward to see how you are continue to build your brand, and I look forward to seeing your clothes in the fashion stores.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and I'm glad that we got to talk about some different things.
Yeah, definitely. We will be sharing this on the Miami Guide.
Awesome.
Is there any URL or any place where people can find more about you, where they can follow you?
So you can definitely follow me at The Jessica Experience. I'm currently working on a website.
Oh, really?
Where I'll be having a little bit of a blog, and just so I can share more information, provide more value, talk about my different travels, because I do travel so much. Yeah, so I really want to be able to offer a little bit of a guide.
Right, okay, cool.
But definitely follow me at The Jessica Experience. And
you'll have
tuned.
a podcast coming out as well.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully that'll be kickstarted here soon.
Yeah, okay, well.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Thank you. So it was really nice talking to you.
You as well, thank you so much. It was fun.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast with Jessica as much as we enjoyed creating it. You can find more information about Jessica in the show notes, and we would love to hear your feedback about the episode and appreciate if you would leave me a review on iTunes. If you haven't subscribed to the show yet, please take out your phone right now and subscribe to the Miami Guide podcast, so that you don't have to miss another episode. Also, all of our episodes are available on our website, themiamiguide.com, and we have more episodes coming up. We are brewing with ideas, stories and content that we can't wait to share with you. We continue to seek what makes people tick in Miami to make the invisible visible in our magic city. So stay tuned. We have many more inspiring guests coming up. Once again, my name is Mike, and I'm here to inspire you with amazing stories and spotlighting life in Miami. You can follow us online everywhere as The Miami Guide, on Instagram, Facebook, and our website, themiamiguide.com. Thanks for listening, guys, and see you in the next episode.